I'm getting right. Grand Rising. Everybody, and so my husband, my partner, he's in another location on another app. We are having a joint show. We are also on P2G Networks TV on YouTube. We're doing the show from there as well. So if you'd like to join us, come on in. Telegram all over. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thomas, Thomas, are you still talking, honey? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get the sound right in here because I want everybody to be able to hear me that's in this space. Um, all right. I have First of all, I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was. I'm be really honest. The whole time that man was walking around this country, funny enough, the algorithm even kept him away from because I have things to do. I'm on the road to creating what he stated or what he was supposedly about. He wanted to break the chains of all of this, of all of this classism, racism, all of that. He wanted to break the change. And the only way to do that is to tell you who you are. First of all, first of all, I don't know why the algorithm is showing me any of his stuff right now. And honestly speaking, I wish I had less coming at my doggone freaking feed. All of that Charlie Kirk stuff, we don't get involved in for a reason. It's a distraction. I got something on Clap of the Day on Charlie Kirk, and then to come to find out, he's all scientifically incorrect, listening to people who are trying to rewrite and reassume science. And talking to people who don't know who they are. This is what we're always talking about in our community. When the cameras are rolling, they always pick the least likely person to be a good representative of the community. Y'all ever have that? You ever see that? The hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your mama person. Always seem to be up there. The one with the rollers and the slippers outside the street, telling people, yes, I saw it. But when you come to talk about, you want to talk about something that's educated and separating as social construct versus DNA, scientific DNA, you ain't got the right person there. Because I'm listening to this poor person, and I'm talking about poor as in poor, this. I felt bad for him, is what I'm saying. I felt bad for this person because he didn't understand the question, and the man presenting it didn't present it correctly. We keep telling y'all are not a color, and y'all don't want to believe us. That whole race, color, all of that was created by someone for a purpose. And y'all know who created this race, color stuff. You do. History speaks for itself. Alvin, turn that thing down some. Wow. I should not hear myself in the living room. Okay. So getting back to it. Thank you. We are quite a distance away from each other. Okay. I want you all to consider that you're not a color and that DNA only describes what we created, what would become defined colors: eye color, skin tone, hair consistency, okay? Height. You can never know weight. Y'all get it? You can never know weight according to DNA, but you can state height, bone density. Guys, I want you to know DNA don't lie, sweetie. And when it is, I hate to say it, but I would rather go with older records beyond the times of let's talk about it. Older records beyond the time of, say, before the last 10 years. Before we started getting into this space of things shifting in such a way, please forgive me, in such a way that we needed to be separated. See, about the last 10 years, we have been needed to be separated by the masters so that power could be inflicted over us, but enforced by us. Now, let me say that one more time, because I don't think I drove that home with enough people. I don't think I drive this home with enough of y'all. You have to be separated. Again, once again, these are the lynch laws in place. You got to feel special. By the masters, they make some of us feel more special than others. Then back it up with what we believe because we don't know science. We didn't sit down and pay attention. Most people say science wasn't their strongest account, their strongest thing. Then other ones say math was not the strongest thing they learned. See, that's the thing. That's the magic. The magic is to teach you what you don't know from their perspective, to work for them. And you just fall into it because you trust them, don't you? You trust the preachers. You trust the presidents. You trust all of the people you need to fight for your rights, because you can't fight for your rights. You have been convinced. You've been actually convinced that you can't fight for your rights, that you are not smart enough to be able to read DNA, that you're not smart enough to be able to understand this. And you perpetuate it in yourself. You go tell your babies the same thing. You speak that way around your children. You speak that way around each other. You go to work at the water, what they call the watering hole, on your breaks, and complain about the life you live because you can't do no better. Baby, if that's your life right now, if that's your life in general, that's a lie. You've been living a lie for a long time. I watched this stream with Charlie Kirk on it, and I think it got me frenzied, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Because I just don't like when people talk about two different things and try to make it sound the same. Okay? What gave color its meaning was human being. Remember that. Every word came from a human being. Every definition gets defined, and Webster's dictionary changes. You know what doesn't normally change except for improve, or it goes back and says these things have been expanded upon? Science. Basic science doesn't stop being what it is. It just gets expanded upon. Yeah, guys. Ain't that crazy? Come on now, talk with me. Science. We learn new things all the time, but we don't. You have to. prove science in order for it not to work. And someone said, this young gentleman was like, oh, last year, such and such was disproved. The way the world is shifting right now, the way that the need for the masses to do just what y'all are doing right now makes me question what you saw. So what I don't have faith in is what you saw. I do have faith in what I saw in a petri dish and was able to tell the difference according to science that was created long before a Charlie Kirk was born. I didn't need a Messiah. Y'all don't need a Messiah. Y'all don't need, it's a sad tragedy, and I am never going to say that. I wish to God that man was still alive. I would love to have a conversation with him. I would love to have a conversation with him. People ask me if I'm crazy. Oh, you mean to tell me that you love Hitler, you love Idi Amin, you love all these tyrants? I love everything God ever made on this planet. And what God you follow? I follow the God of creation. The fact that every bit of a creator is present in everything you do and you can't see it, it's sad. You got to give it a name, a definition that fits something that you want. Somebody else got to give you a book in order for you to know that you were created with greatness and the ability to create. That no man and no woman stands above you, can define you other than you. And that all power to change your life is in your own hand, and ain't nobody kept you from it your whole life. But you get some dude out there with a bullhorn, willing to overspeak people, confuse folks. That's a mechanism, y'all. That's a mechanism. They use that in filibustering. People, that's a skill. That's not a truth. That is a skill. I can turn anything I want. I can make you believe anything I want by being the one to speak and say a lot of words and speak over you and make you and you not know what you say. And but wait, answer my question. Answer my question. Answer my question. He should have said, which question do you want me to answer? Because you didn't ask a question. You asked two. You are not a social construct. And yes, there is a distinct difference in your DNA between a white person, a homogenous white person and a homogenous Black person. The DNA set are just what defines what you look like. Now the word Black and white came from man. Because it doesn't, I hate to say it, DNA doesn't say white or Black. It says dominant or recessive. And that right there, no one wants to talk about. Not a person on the planet want to own that. I'll own it. I'm a dominant gene walking around this mofo creating life, creating dominance. Because DNA-wise, that's all I can create. If you are lack of melanation and you have recessive genes in an larger allotment, that's what you can create. And that's what scares them. It scares them because they're recessive, created by dominance. In a petri dish, that's how it works. If you want to talk DNA, but if you want to babble your nonsense about your social bullshit, don't go to the DNA because it don't help. That don't help you. You ain't white, fool. You recessive. That's all it is. And it doesn't have to be a sin. Why do people keep thinking that because you look a certain way, you are something special or not? That's all mindset. That's all concept. That's all what you say it is. That's not true. It's not truth. That's not how truth comes. Too many of y'all don't know who the hell you are, fighting for something that you don't know what the hell you are. Fighting for something somebody gave you. And you think it's yours. I'm in my blackness. You mean your melanin? Your dominance? You talking about the fact that you come from the earth and you literally are a flow through in everything in this universe that was created, but so are people without melanin. They have a different vibration. And the fact is, someone's vibration has to be better than someone's came from a conversation, the mind, not reality. It was constructed out of someone's brain to get you to do something. That's what racism does. It's a socialist process. It is not DNA. And we got to stop arguing it. I don't know who Charlie was. Honestly speaking, I think the universe said you don't need to know who he is. Because I didn't hear anything about him until he died. Ain't that some bullcrap? And now all I see is people arguing. So what Charlie Kirk to me was a tool for fools to keep fighting in a life you only got one to live. And he lost his life for whatever it was he believed to people who have no belief, because ain't a person standing up in his shoes. Ain't a person picked up his cross and is bearing it today. So what do you believe? What is your mission? What you still on trying to make happen? Except some old garbage conversation about a confused man spouting his point of view to some things that actually have facts. I don't want to hear about how people just felt. You got to know the first version before you learn the next version of anything, so you can make up your mind about what truth is. Don't bullcrap me about some, oh, such and such this spelled it. Really? Show me how DNA ain't DNA no more. See, I don't use examples from today because I already see the machine moving. I saw the machine moving, 6 years ago? But y'all want to be in the conversation. How about we get in the movement? We ain't got no time for, and I'm not talking about the people that's in here. What I'm talking about is the folks that are out there making these videos, making these conversations. What's happening in your everyday life? How is Charlie's memory saving you? How is it helping you? How is it building you? How is it building strength amongst people so that you can stop having people starve? How is it stopping wars that are happening, babies dying and falling under brick buildings? How is it helping anybody? How is it feeding kids that ain't got no food in countries that just basically have tyranny from bringing in resources and caring? Huh? Teaching countries how to take care of themselves, teaching people how to have skills, because that's what we do as human beings. Y'all forgot that's what we were then. We're human beings, not people fighting for land, people fighting to strive to live together without tyranny, without drama and trauma. Guys, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not tired of the conversation. Why we invite you to digital financial literacy classes and why we invite y'all to sit down and talk is to meet people who think a different way than your community, who come from a different background, people who have a different point of view. Help people. Sometimes your conversation help them get out of the one that's stirring in their head. They don't want to be in an angry condition anymore, and they just don't know anybody who lives a different way than what the people in their community are saying. People that look like them say things, and they know it's dirty, and they know it's nasty, but they can't get away from them. They don't know you. And then you don't know them, so you hide behind your skin. You hide behind hundreds of years of slavery. Well, baby, take it back thousands. Slavery ain't new. And it is not special. It does not exist anymore for any one group than the other. Slavery has been around and still lives in your life today. You are a slave, most of us, to technology. And it was planted that way. It's still being planted that way. If you don't use this tech to build your future, protect your family, then you are perpetuating and holding the chains that keep you in slavery. I can't tell you enough. I'm sorry. I get very emotional about stuff like this, but I want to stay pointed. You are a slave to a system that you don't have control over because there's only one system that you know. And people know me. I do different things. I get different types of information, and I actually act on different ways so I can live a different life. I may look like you, I may be in your community, but I am not you. And there are lots of us that are not like you. And we share to a certain extent because it can be dangerous to share with people who are enslaved. Did you know that? It is dangerous to share with enslaved people because most of y'all hold the reins and y'all feel like that's power. Y'all was lied to, malinformed. We create miracles every day. Stuff people can't believe is out there happening because there's a group of people that decided that we didn't want to just accept everything. That there was a way to get to the other side where we see people living, having peace of mind. Somehow all their stuff is the courts don't own and control everything when they die. They wanted that. So they decided that while they're doing these many hours, they're going to study, they're going to learn, they're going to start doing paperwork, they're going to start putting things in place. They're going to figure out, how did the wealthy get to be wealthy? How did the masters get to be masters? I'm a master. How do I come into my kingdom? And that is all each of you should be worried about. Minding your own business. That is the one thing I have to give you today. Mind your own business. Go seek the world for that which is for you. Whatever somebody else is spouting or screaming is for them. I share what I have with everyone. You can't have what I've acquired, but you can have the root to it so you can acquire it for yourself. Will you take it is the question. Too many people would rather be dulled down and numbed by other people's arguments and squabbles and go, yeah, they right, they wrong, instead of going, who the hell cares? I'm living in property. I learned very much. Uh, I can't say following, but I love to embrace certain trainers, teachers, and leaders in different areas of education and knowledge. And what I have learned to do with myself is to be able to tell what I can use so that I don't go down the zealot's road. It is disturbing how many of us will follow blindly anyone who sounds good. And let me make this real clear. I ask nobody, and I mean nobody, to follow me. You want to join our conversation? Come on and join the conversation, but be heard. Then when you hear things, research for yourself. You have AI. Go ask AI. You don't want to Google it? Go ask AI. Google got their own AI too. But I would get a consensus because I'm going to tell you something. I listen to what you say, but I don't trust you until I see your actions. And that is on everybody. People talk, I told my husband, they were like, oh, you going to vote for the brother, right? You going to vote for Obama, right? I said, no, who is he? What has he done for me lately? What can he do for me? What has he done? Because pretty words can still put me in change. I ain't got time for that. And they did. Y'all think that presidents don't have change? Are you crazy? You really think that a president is a king? Dude, a king ain't a king. There is no country that ruler runs their own everything. They are run by the group, otherwise they will be killed by the group. Don't you get it twisted. Donald Trump is not in control. There is an organization of people who he definitely listens to, because if he makes it through his presidency, God bless him, and I mean that. God bless him. If he makes it through presidency, he still has a life, a business, and a dynasty to keep recreating for his kids and his family and his grandkids and kids he ain't never gonna meet. Because Trump is making a place for his name. Where's your name? Why do you keep spelling his name? People should be saying your name. What you leading in your life? What you leading in this world? Where you going? Where's your name? That's what I'm asking. What's your name? Do you speak it out loud? Do you have people speak it out loud? Do you know who you are, what you are, whose you are, and what you were meant to be here for? Or are you still talking about people who do know those things? Then you don't. Because I don't have time for that. My name is Ruby Thomas. I'm creating digital financial literacy as a way of life for our new generation, for the next generations that when I die, they gonna know digital financial literacy, even if they didn't know Auntie Ruby. They ain't know Auntie L Ruby. It's okay. What did she do? Y'all got that. Y'all got it in school. You got it in the world. It's never going nowhere. We told you when things were changing. We told you that this was coming. We told you it was going to be the only way. We told you gold, silver, crypto, you got to get it together. Small increments, start with pennies. Told you that. And now you wait for somebody who holds your whip to tell you now that's what the world is. You think that they're inviting you in? You got to make your place at the table. So get your ass to the table. Stop the nonsense. Stop getting distracted. You better pick your side. Stop picking everybody else. I'm on this side. I believe. You don't know what the hell you believe because you don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. You don't control what's in your household, how it gets there. But you're going to tell somebody, you the big man. You the big girl, big woman. I control this. I got this many businesses. I can show you how to make this much money in this much time. Can you show me how my third great-great-grandchild is going to be able to benefit from that? Because if you can't show me that, you ain't got nothing to show me. That's what I'm creating. We show people how to access generational wealth today, and that it doesn't have to affect the generation for you to live in a new lifestyle. You don't got to wait. What you waiting for? Some of y'all waiting for your kids and your grandkids to do it. Y'all know who I took care of these last 5 years? Whew. Actually, it's been like the last 8 years. I've been taking care of elders. And you know where those elders have been going? They've been ill. My mother, my husband's mother, and my husband's brother. My husband's uncle, her brother. The only thing that gave me the ability to do that was creating financial freedom from someone else telling me that I could not go because it was on their time. Oh, and my sister, twice, 2 operations, in 2 years. I love my family. And without skipping a beat, I was able to care for them in their time of need. I was there to be at the end of the life for our relatives. How many of y'all can take off enough time before somebody dies to be with them that you care about? And not have to worry about how to pay the bills. You don't have to borrow money. How many of y'all can do that? How many of y'all can even take time off to be sick yourself? How many of y'all have an insurance policy? How many of y'all have life insurance? How many people in this conversation has a retirement plan? And I ain't talking about some 401k that gets kicked in a couple of bucks by your job, that if, God forbid, the company goes down, you lose access to everything. And it's only payable in dollars. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about independent wealth. Knowing that when you wake up in the morning, if it all burned down and you survive, you fine. That's what you need to be building. That's what you need to be securing. That's what you need to be focusing on. Because the life that you have came from your focus. Look around you and see if it's everything you want. If it's not, then it's time for you to put your head down, turn off the technology, limit your time on viewing. Learn something new, put some new skills with finances. Put something in your system that actually feeds you, that grows something inside, so that you become of use to the world in a way that no one can ever take away, and damn sure nobody can deny. Because if you do something that 500 people can do, then guess what? You are limited in your ability. Sweetie, I know this because I was in that position, but I want you all to realize something. You have powers you are not using and that are being dulled by the technology you're on right now with me. Only you're not hearing this from most of the other places. You are not being implored to do something physically in the world with anybody. And when you don't do things in the world, don't worry, you'll disappear without a trace. You'll be a memory in some people's minds. You'll be pictures. And it's so interesting. I actually recently found a reel out. I want to just share this. I found a reel of my grandmother's homegoing reel is what I found. Sometimes people make video reels and pictures that talk about um, mm, just to show someone's life and family, what they did, where they went. And I noticed that my grandmother lived a really full life. My grandmother came from sorry, she came from Virginia, not North Carolina, where we have family now. She came from Virginia, a little town called Burkeville. Okay, my grandfather came from Crewe. I found out, so he was in an adjacent town, and we just saw an early picture of my grandparents sitting on a couch in our community that we live in now. They started out where I live. When this community was built, it was built for the middle lower class. Everybody worked at the time. This was in the 50s and the 60s, y'all. My parents were born in the 50s. I was born in the 70s. Okay? Let's get some context around this. The world was truly a different place. My grandfather my mama's father owned two stores in the liquor store, the candy store, and a cleaners. No, he was not George Jefferson. He had a partner. My grandfather used that to build land upstate. Then he got condominiums for him and his kids. My aunt still lives in one of the condominiums. The other two were sold because my other aunt moved across the country. Now let me just I'm trying to preface this for y'all. In a time when anybody could have anything, there were only a few that took advantage. What is happening in your community right now? This is now we've hit that anything time. College, back in the day, didn't cost nobody. You could get education at a high level for free. College degrees, those sheepskins were free. What y'all paying out of pocket and going into debt for years was free. College was free, y'all. And right now in the city, community college is free. Take advantage if you can. I'm not telling you to waste your time. I'm telling you to start a new habit. Learn the habit of educating and learning how to research. Because with all the technology we got nowadays, for some odd reason, people just don't know how to research. Everything has a purpose. If you don't want to waste your time in a school, go online and take a course. I mean it. Take a course. Because you need to be in a process of educating, bring yourself up to some new knowledge. Because what you've been running on has not served you in a very long time. If you still have the desires and needs that you had probably 5 to 10 years ago, it's not this behavior, this level of knowledge you have, it's not serving you. I had to go into financial literacy just to learn how energy really works. One, you are what you practice every day. Poor eating habits, you become what you practice. It becomes very clear. Poor exercise habits, meaning poor movement habits, becomes very clear for everyone. That it becomes very abundant who and what you are, what you practice. People see you coming. Poor conversation, vocabulary, what you practice, who you are. Poor activity, meaning actions toward the world, becomes who you are. That's who you are. It's not about what you think you are. It's about what you're cultivating in everyday activity. Who do you tell yourself you are every day? What do you say about yourself? What do you say that you have? I am a multi-billionaire, not in the making today, because I already know that that's already there. You know why? I don't have to seek billions. It's already here. Everything I'm doing is creating a world that billions are in use. Not millions, billions, because we need stuff. The people in my community need stuff. We don't need millions of dollars. We need billions to trillions of dollars. So therefore, I am a billionaire. You need to start opening up your mouth and saying the same thing. You are a billionaire. That's not something that's out there. It is present. It has always been your whole timeline. You see why I said we don't even know who we are? And we get confused. You get swindled out of who you are so that someone can take your abundance. And you willfully give it to them. Don't give it to them freely. We let them make us angry. We let them make us hurt. We let them make us confused. We don't seek truth and live in that. You know how I love how they talk about Keanu Reeves and how humble he is in life. Do you think he cares? When someone's humble, they don't need your attention. When someone is actually the world of humble, of humility, of humanity, they don't need you to confirm that. They're just existing and they're happy and they love who they are and they love what they get to do while they're here. They don't need confirmation. What they need is their peace. That's it. What do y'all need? Y'all need anything more than your peace of mind? You know what I'm saying? I need physical billions in the world. I need billions working. That's it. Billions working. And I got enough. I got working to do the things that I'm living my purpose for. That's all. And it's already happening. I got billions moving around. I'm accessing some to put into the things that are needed locally. Don't worry, keeping me going so this whole mission can keep running. That's how it works, y'all. Your mission has to keep running. Your mission is your life. It's your purpose while you're here. Most of y'all think that's the job you go to. Some of y'all are finding out that's not true. That's not the case. You got other things you want to see happen in the world. There's other things in the world that you want to be. There's places you want to be. There's people you want to meet. There's things, there's degrees of separation that are getting smaller. So you got to change your focus. And a lot of people think I just teach financial literacy. I actually teach people to open their eyes and see with their heart what the world really looks like. Unbiased. You get to accept it or not. That's it. Once you get your eyes open, and most people don't like coming to my classes because guess what? Now it's like, damn, I ain't got no excuse. I ain't got no excuse. I talked enough. Now I can be very quiet, take in what it is. And I tell people, if you got negative talk about who you are and what you can do, don't worry. We'll correct that because that's not welcome in our space. We have new words for all the things you think that are okay to say about yourself in public. We have ways of thinking that changes your actual mental pathways so that you now understand how much power you have with you and how no one ever did. It's a little disheartening. And most of y'all ain't willing to get rid of most of y'all ain't willing to take the chains off. Y'all like, damn, these dang chains made me who I am. I get to talk about it. But what are you doing? Who are you being? Let's get to it. Let's get to the work. Hop on. Choose you. Who the heck gonna choose you if you haven't chosen you? No one can. Too many of us out here looking for this somebody else in our lives. I love my husband, but I had to stop looking at that somebody and choose me. Because I need someone for him to be able to be with. That's not crazy. That's able to support herself and only really need him because I want him there. Not because I absolutely need him there. You want someone you can work with, not someone you need to survive. That's crazy. That's not crazy. It's not workable. Let's put it that way. I want to take a word off. I always like to get rid of words that don't work because crazy doesn't work. That's the actual embodiment of insanity. Trying to do the same thing over and over, expecting a different outcome. It's time to start accessing who you are and your true power, but you've got to be brave enough to take steps. And when people talk to me about, oh, it's a little chaotic, it's it's too much, too many people talking, it's usually because there's too much talking going on in here. There's a lot of talking that goes on in the middle of our heads when we should be listening and taking in the world because we haven't learned how to calm the noise. Don't worry. Join us. We will teach you how to calm the noise and figure out what's you. Mr. Thomas, I want to play this bubble. I love you guys. I thank you so much for being on with us. When I say I love you, I really truly mean that. I don't have to meet you to know that you on this planet with me. God gave you to me. You came here and you came, of all the billions of people that are sitting on this planet, you came to this stream or you came to this talk and you heard me say, I love you. And know that that's all transcended all through to you. So accept that for real. You can't take it away. And you damn sure didn't do nothing to deserve it. You didn't have to. It's a gift. Freely. And I always accept the love in the world because it's all we got. So let's stop looking for the differences. Stop searching for what makes us different. Who was better than who? Not a baseball game, it's your life. You are the MVP. You are the most valuable player. So show that some respect. Go ahead, Mr. Thomas. Go ahead and play.
Thank you, Miss Ruby, for that wake-up call this morning.
Love you.
We truly appreciate every single word.
Thank you, Miss Hill. That's Miss H. Here we go. That's what's up. Oh my goodness. I don't even know where I'm at. Give me a second because I'm about to be off stereo. We on 3 platforms right now, and I thank everybody who's come through that. And I appreciate that. Miss Shelby, go ahead, baby. Go ahead. I got you. I'm a mute. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying Grand Risings, and earlier you were talking about Charlie Kirk. I didn't really know much about him until after what happened.
Yeah.
However, I have listened to numerous of his debates and speeches, and he has a lot of the same points of view as I do. We should speak in a way that others love to listen to us, and we should listen in such a way that others love to speak to us. Because if we don't listen, then people aren't going to want to listen to us speak. And then people don't necessarily judge us for so much for what we have to say or who we are, but for more for what we do for our community.
Mm-hmm. Amen, sister. I didn't know that man. I didn't have to know him. I just knew what he represented came from the people around him. I think a lot of people got him confused, and even the message that he was supposed sending got very misused. I think that the so-called powers that be did not want that message to be out there to let folks know, stop fighting and start talking. Start talking. He was inaccurate about a few things. Because a lot of people are that way. We do that. We mix conversation or mix meanings and purpose and stuff. And it confuses people. But because we're so loud about it, it makes people feel like we're right. That's not okay. Leading people to misinformation because you have a feel you trying to get to your goal is not okay. It's not okay. And sometimes we just don't know it. That's why I said I wish the man had lived. I honestly speaking, unaliving people is such a loss, guys. Such a loss. They're human beings. I don't care who it was. People go, oh, you love Hitler? I love everybody. Hitler too. You know what Hitler and all of these other tyrants that we call them are so angry? Because of lack of love. Because of what's being festered in most of us. A lack of love, self-love, and appreciation for self. Looking for others to approve. Yet you don't approve of yourself. Ain't that sad shame? We're always looking outward. But the sad thing is before I can understand you, I have to have a real good grasp on me. I got to know who I am. Before I can have a conversation with someone, I've got to be real clear on who I am, right? How do you come talk to somebody and say, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. I do this for a living. I am this and I am that. And you don't practice those things you said out your mouth. They don't embody that. You do things that don't serve you. You have practices that actually hurt you. That is not knowing yourself. But when you want to know yourself, when you say the words, I don't know who I am. I'm wondering what greatness I have inside. Do you sit in the mirror with yourself and say, I wonder what I could, whoa, wait a minute. Ooh, I could do anything I want. What can I make happen today? Anybody get excited when they wake up in the morning wondering what they're going to make happen today? Not with yourself. In the world that you created. That's how the wealthy work, y'all. They figure out how they're going to run the world. Ain't that crazy? How they going to make people do what they want to do today? Yeah. People who have mastered generational wealth over the masters, those who have names on buildings for decades, that they're literally names y'all family know and use every day in your home. Their name brand family names are all over your house. They're the ones who wake up in the morning wondering, how am I going to make an impression that goes beyond 3-4 generations of my life? Then teach them to how to generationally impact even further out. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to be doing with your time. Not talking about it. Working out the plan, y'all. And I'm gonna end my conversation stating that that's what we do on the Wealth Conglomerate every day. That's how we live in that space. That space is growing, and people are learning how to create for their family. Create stability, starting with themselves. Stop trying to make your kids do it and go handle yourself. Go make some stability, because your kids ain't gonna. If you keep waiting for them, when you need them, it won't be there because they didn't do it and neither did you. That's how that works. Okay, that's what I've learned over time. That this is what happens. We perpetuate. Thank you, baby. Thank you. I got folks that's on YouTube now. I appreciate you. Grand Rising. I hate to say it, but I got to come to the end of right now. But come back on, because we on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I ain't playing. We have a masterclass coming up. Something to teach people how to put steps in place. It's time. It's time to get up out of here. Get up off these discussions. Get up off these arguments, these old arguments. You are not black or white. You are DNA. You just got what you got. Get over it. I'm a human being. I'm looking for other human beings on this planet. And then I'm going to make matter funny for you. What happens when aliens come about and want citizenship? What you going to do then? At this point, black or white. Like this. Baby, I hate to say it goes deeper. There ain't no such thing, a place or land called Latinica. Ain't no land called Latinica. So let's prep what else we really are. Let's go deeper. It does that. I'm so sorry. My audio goes crazy sometimes. I'm sorry. Y'all are not Latino. You are not from the land of Latinica. They did that too. The masses made that up. Can you hear me now? Let me know, baby. Let me know. I don't know how to tell people. You are huger. You are huger than these words you keep giving yourself. These little words that you keep taking ownership of. I hate it when they talked about the N word. We gonna take that for ourselves. Are you crazy? You can't be big enough. Be big, but the full dominance on the planet is wrong with you. It goes deeper than that. But when you want to go deep, when you want to show up deep, when you want to connect on deeper, when it's gonna come up out of your, when it's gonna come out your mouth, what's actually exploding out of your skin been trying to show the world. Your skin is just it's the definition of what's deeper on this planet. And if you think you are the minority, get over yourself. Those are other terms created to make you feel some kind of way. Crazy. I don't know what just happened to my sound, but I must have said the right thing. Woo! I must have said the right thing because they cut my sound off on YouTube, y'all. Ooh, right? They don't like the N word, I guess. Go ahead, Mr. Thomas. Loudly, Mr. Thomas. Baby, you're too low. I know. They really are. Grasping at straws because we don't know what to do. I'm going to tell you something. It's time to start looking for what you're creating, who you're creating with, someone who's creating something. I hope that in this time that you find someone to build with. I hope that you connect with some real people because unfortunately, we're scrolling looking for real and it's not going to work. I tell y'all all the time, when we get off stereo, we in the real world. We open doors, hands, everything. I'm literally working with people in different states to help rebuild their life because it's not about where you are. I have people in Africa that right now, because they're on a different time screen, they're now doing replays of this process right now so that we can adapt this to different time frames. I don't mind doing class at 3:00. I'll just take a nap and get up and start over because what's this? This is my goal in life. That this world knows only peace amongst ourselves in it. I don't care what your background. You can come from Israel, Palestine. You're welcome to the table if you're willing to be more than just where you freaking come from. If you're more to be just more than an argument for some controller that are killing your baby. If you can get beyond that, you can come to a conversation that gets you above that. That's what I'm talking about. We ain't just talking about it. We've been creating it for years. But my question is where you at? Come to the table. See what's happening. See what we're creating because it's happening. Only thing is I started realizing, I was like, why can't we get this marketing thing together? I had a feeling I know what it is. Every time something starts to work and you put it in the light, what happens? when it works for large amounts of people. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was just one location of multiple towns that did the same thing and was doing that. They had to go systematically town by town and destroy them. Because Black Wall Street was the model for any culture coming anywhere that could do the same. Because of what created it was segregation and prejudice. It gave it its roots to be what it was. Let us mind our own business and see what we could do. How about we do that as the people? Start creating. Stop looking for colors to connect to. Stop looking for colors and see what happens. See what you can create. We worried about infiltrators. You want to hear something about God's plans? The plans of a God will never be eschewed by anyone else. The plans of a God are immutable. Because when you know you're a God, the adversary doesn't have a chance because he knows you're a God and you know who you are. Therefore, there is no infiltration. There is no like this one or that one. No, you created your devil. You created your God. You created your devil. So stop creating what you don't want. Y'all ever notice that? Stop creating. Stop giving energy to what you don't want. I unimagine you. It's what I tell all my lovers. I love my lovers who tell me, and when I say lovers, I have beautiful people who love me in the world in such a way where they're like, Auntie, you need to protect yourself. I see this. I have seers, people who have sight. I have to tell you right now, Auntie sees them too. They are not what you think they are. They are here for the continuance of this plan. Stop giving them the wrong power. Like I tell y'all right now, we teaching. I ain't playing. We teaching. We putting it down. We got a master class coming. Y'all can come and check out the master class, but or y'all can come and join the organization and be there for all the week. Be there for what we do and how we do it, and you get the master class. Join us. That well conglomerate click up there. We joined that organization. We are a part of the well conglomerate. Y'all know we do P2G. Our process is at making that grow, and we are exponential. Folks know its value. Folks know its value because now they know their value because of it. They've been represents to who they are. They've been represents to what they are capable of doing. And we're always finding ways to expose the brain, the mind, the inside to the outside in a way that you don't got to protect yourself no more. Does the mountain have to protect itself from the sky, from the sea? How are you this mountain that needs protection? You don't have to. You never did. You just got to keep growing. And the more you grow, the more powerful and more protected you will stay. My love, I love y'all, but it is almost a half hour after our time. Baby, you want to share something? Miss Shelby, you got something you want to put out today? Share what's going on. Today I say, oh wait, before that, I got to give a hug and kiss and love to my sister, the celestial goddess. I haven't seen her in a while, like a video, what have you. So I'm just going to put it out to you, my sister. Let's connect. Let's get together. We need to talk mind to mind. Is that okay? Okay. He is obsessed.
So what I was going to say was, the moment that we can take full responsibility for our, oh my God.
Good. You okay? What's up, sis? You okay? Go ahead. I think she might have lost her mic. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I was saying was the moment that we take full responsibility.
Oh, that's planned. Y'all know that, right? That's some sort of spiritual plan. Shelby, I'm telling you right now, whatever you got to say, type it or go back down and say it because this is cutting you off for a reason at that point. You keep getting cut off on the same word. Y'all see that? I'm trying to tell you, it goes deeper. It goes deeper. She kept getting cut off at the same word, y'all. Let's go. Pop that bubble, baby, before we go. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Right, right.
Things are bad, we're choosing to stay in that. Things are bad, we're choosing to stay in that situation or that environment for whatever reason. It could be like, for instance, I've stayed in Oklahoma for so long because of my great grandparents. You know, every time my great grandparents, and you know, I missed out on quite a few opportunities that I probably could have missed, but I felt I had a bigger purpose to do. So just remember that the decisions we make is what our our state that the state of our life depends on. So it's the decisions that we make that determine the quality of our life. The quality of our decisions is the quality of our life.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's right, Missy. Right. Uh, you know.
Brother Mike, have a great day.
You too, sis. Thank you.
That was a conversation, and you know what? I think, real, I don't know whether you know it or not, but that was the universe speaking to us. This is how this show was supposed to go. We were worried about how to get on, what we were going to say. All we knew was to brace everybody up.
That's right.
And I think the mission was already set forth, whether you knew it or not. So I hope you guys are all awake. I hope these words landed on fertile ground. I know it landed on fertile ground because everyone who was supposed to be here today is here. Those on Clapper, those on Stereo, those on
Listening.
YouTube. They're here.
Thank you.
And you were meant to hear this message. So gratitude.
Thank you.
To Brother Addition. Always dropping a soundtrack when you come through.
Yes, yes. We always get a soundtrack from this brother when he comes in. How he speaks.
Peace to everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday.
Yep.
With a new contact. Next week with Mental Wellness Monday. And we just want to thank you guys for being with Breakfast with the Thomases.
Thank you for being on with Breakfast with the Thomases. And I'm just disconnecting on here on the other platforms. I want to say thank you for those who've been on YouTube and supporting us. Thanks for coming out and listening. We hope this helped you. We hope this supports you. But more so, want to come to the Wealth Conglomerate. We'll make sure we drop the link in the chat. We'll do that right now. And join us. We have an amazing masterclass coming up and an amazing group. We have a lot of cool classes this week. I think if you come in, we'll try to help you catch up, but we are definitely involving ourselves in the AI creation and definitely delving the metaverse and business. We hope that you guys join us and come to class and start learning how to literally shift your life. And when I say literally, I mean literally shift your life. And on that, I want to say I love you.